Alright, so I filmed about 15 minutes of this video without realizing that I was not actually recording. Yeah, so long story short, I played about 15 minutes in, got to a phone option, made a new save file just so I can go back to that phone option just in case that affects an ending. And yeah, I'm just embarrassed. I'm just flat out embarrassed. Please stop. Please don't bully me about that. Anyways, let's just begin this episode. I'm sorry.
どうだ？少しは落ち着いたか？
はい、おかげさまで。
Kana had passed out after hearing the name Kagari Shiina from Suzuha, but with help from Lukako and the girls, she woke up 10 minutes later. But she still didn't look very good.
ルカ子、それにマユリ、すまないが、何か冷たいものを買ってきてくれないか？
え？
それから、額に貼る冷却シートのようなものもあると嬉しい。
I felt bad for Lukako, but I probably didn't want either of them hearing what we were about to discuss.
わかった。行こう、ルカ君。
Lukako seemed interested in hearing about what's going on. Oops, sorry. Lukako seemed interested in hearing about what was going on, but still, he went along with Mayuri. What happened next was the problem.
カナさん。
かがり、お前、今までどこで何をしていた？
Suzuha opened her mouth the second Mayuri and Lukako left. Her words were as sharp as a knife blade, and Kana looked terrified.
一体、どういうつもりであの時？
待て、鈴葉。彼女は記憶を失ってる。
なんだって？
This is the text message in question. Ferris's text message to Okabe at a time that's just not convenient. It's like, this is an inconvenient time to getting a text, but I went ahead and responded to Ferris's text, which said, I'm about to reveal an important secret to you, nah? With a cat face. I responded with a blush. So, I gave her a blush. Why are you blushing, Nya? Well, it's a girl's secret. Mayuri ... What are you imagining, Nya? It's probably not that, Nya. It's about Daranayan and Yukinayan. Oh, that. You don't want to know their secret, Nya? That was not a girl. That's true, Nya. What about Yukinayan's secret? You want to know it. Don't know. Okay. Don't you want to know it? Catface. The cat speech is really killing me. Kiki. Suzuha would probably kill me. I'll pass. Danger! Think strange. I explained what had brought Kana here.
記憶喪失。それじゃ、どこで何をしていたかも。
ああ。でも、その前に確かめなければならないことがある。
Whether or not she was really Kagari Shiina.
カナさん。
はい。
さっきしていた話は覚えてるか？
はい。
どうする？続きはもう少し回復してからにするか？
いえ、大丈夫です。
She was clutching her upa so hard that her fingertips had gone white. But there was a light in her eyes as she looked up at Suzuha.
じゃあ、さっきの話を続けよう。鈴葉、 お前が彼女をかがりだというその根拠は何だ？
そのウーパだよ。それはかがりが肌身離さず持ってたものなんだ。ママにもらったんだって、お守りだってずっと大事にしてた。
Kana slowly opened her hand. The tiny old Upa was staring up at us with a silly look on its face. A present from her mom. A present from Mayuri.
カナさんはそのウーパだけが自分が持っていたものだって言っていたが。
はい。記憶をなくして倒れていた私がただ一つ手にしていたのがこのキーホルダーだったそうです。
倒れていた？
はい。
どのあたりで倒れていたんだ？
千葉の参道です。県境あたりの。近くのお寺の住職さんが偶然通りかかって見つけてもらったそうで、その後しばらくはその方のお寺でお世話になっていたんです。ですがお寺は修行の場でもあるので長く女性を置いておくこともできないと。
それでルカ子の家にというわけか。
はい。その住職さん、ルカ君のことを女の子だって思っていてそれで年の近い女の子のいる家なら私にとってもいいだろうって。
盲点だった。まさかこんな近くにいたなんて。
The guest that Lukako had mentioned a few days ago was probably that priest. Which means that Kana, no, Kagari Shiina, had been there the whole time. We'd been searching blindly for her, without any idea. And she'd been there the whole time. If only I'd taken Lukako's call, we wouldn't have had to go through all this.
それでカナさん、君はかがりという名を聞いて何か思い出すことはないか？
正直を言うとよくわかりません。ただすごく懐かしい感じがします。それに
Kana's words cut off as she looked at Suzuha.
その先ほどの方、
まゆ姉さんのこと？
まゆ姉さん？
あの子は椎名まゆりというんだ。
まゆりさん。あの方を見たとき、なぜだかすごく温かい気持ちになりました。
Even if she was Kagari Shiina, she would only have known Mayuri after she'd grown up. But her appearance can't have changed that much. Which meant that it would make sense that seeing her would stir some feelings within Kagari.
ねえ、それもう一度見せてもらってもいい？
Oh no, here we go. Here's this again.
はい。
Kagari handed the old Upa over to Kana. Oh boy. This was around the time I realized that I wasn't recording when I first played. So yes, I last left off here. And all I'm gonna say about this line is... This is just an unfortunate mistake. This is just an unfortunate mistake. Hold on, can I switch to the Japanese text real quick? Let's see if I can do that. Text. No, hold on. Basic, no. I don't think I could change it. No. Okay. I don't think I could change it, but I don't want to click that. But I think that's meant to say Kagari handed the old Upa over to Suzuha, not to herself. That's just an unfortunate mistake.
やっぱりこれかがりが持ってたものだよ。
では私はその 椎名かがりという名前だったんでしょうか。
そうだな。まだ確証があるわけじゃないが、そう考えるのが妥当だと思う。
いや、間違いない。彼女はかがりだ。そのキーホルダーが何よりの証拠だよ。なゆ姉さんがかがりにあげたものなんだから。でもよりによって記憶喪失だなんて。
The keychain probably did belong to Kagari, but she also could have been gifted it by Kagari Shiina, or she could have picked it up off the ground. Of course, Suza said that the keychain was very important to Kagari. It was unlikely that she'd drop it, or give it to someone. Which meant... Then the door opened, and Mayuri poked her head through to see what was going on. That was the most depressing tuturu I ever heard.
大丈夫ですか？
ああ、悪かったな、わざわざ。
いえ。
The drinks and cooling sheets were taken out of their plastic bags and put on the desk.
それで、
Lukaku waited a moment for her to take a sip of the drinks he brought, and then spoke with a quavering voice.
かなさんは、あまねさんの知り合いの、かがりさんという方だったんでしょうか？
そうだな。そう考えるのが妥当だと思う。
そうですか。よかったです。名前だけでも分かって。ルカ君。
But we're gonna get to a lot more complications now that, she'll probably have to figure out that she's from the future. And a few other stuff that, I can't say yet. Kana, that is Kagari, smiled gently when she saw how relieved Lukaku was.
でも、それなら、あまねさんは、かがりさんの本当のお家を知っているんでしょうか？
いや、それは。
That's a little more complicated.
鈴葉は、かがりさんと子供の頃ご近所だったそうだ。でも、12年前に引っ越してしまって、それからの行方がわからなかったらしい。そうだな。
そうなんだ。それで最近急に懐かしくなって、オカリンおじさんに相談してたんだよ。
そういうわけだ。だから鈴葉にも、かがりさんの家族のことや、どこに住んでいたのかはわからないらしい。
そうなんですか。
That was the only answer I could come up with. A terrible answer. If we told Kagari that she was a time traveler from the year 2036 who'd come here 12 years ago, it would only confuse her.
あとは、彼女が記憶を取り戻してくれれば、何がどうなっていたのか、すべてわかるはずなんだが。
She'd learned her name, and met both Suzaha and Mayuri. Mayuri's presence alone had to be a big deal.
かがりさん？
はい。
かがりさんの上のお名前はなんていうのかな？さっきはよく聞こえなくて。だからよかったら教えてほしいな。
Here we go!
岡部さんたちのお話だと、椎名と。
じゃあ、マユシーと一緒だ。マユシーもね、シーナっていうの。シーナマユリ。
Like, in all cases, it could be a coincidence that they have the same last name. But, let's be honest here, if you actually know the context, it just makes this scene all the more... to you if you know the context like they're showing right now. Both Suzuha and Okabe know the context as to why Kagari's last name is Shiina, but everyone else is thinking that's just a nice coincidence. Oh boy.
椎名まゆりさん。
嬉しいな。まゆし、同じ名字の人に会ったの初めてだよ。
Yeah, I have not actually met anyone with the same last name as I as well.
そうなんですか。
だからこれからよろしくお願いします。
はい、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Also, I'm gonna point out this thing real quick before I continue on with this game. Mayuri knows that Suzuha's a time traveler, so she knows that Okabe's story is BS. So I cannot wait for Mayuri to begin questioning why Kagari has the same last name as her. I cannot wait to hear her actually begin questioning things as soon as Lukako leaves. Mayuri was using her natural cheerfulness to try and open up to Kagari. If it worked, maybe she could bring back her memories.
ルカ君から聞いたんだけど、かがりさんは記憶喪失なの？
はい。
それって自分が誰かも忘れちゃうってことなんだよね。
はい。
そっか。きっと辛いこといっぱいだよね。だって自分の大好きな人のことも忘れちゃうんでしょ。それってすごく悲しいことだってマユシーは思うのです。だからね、うまく言えないけど、マユシーもお手伝いするから頑張ろうね。
Mayuri smiled. I could see Kagari's eyes well up with tears.
急にどうしちゃったのかな。マユシー、何か変なこと言っちゃったかな。
そうじゃないんです。ただまゆりさんの言葉を聞いてなんだか嬉しくって。
マユシーだけじゃなく、オカリンもスズさんもルカ君もみんな同じ気持ちだよ。
もちろんです。僕もできることがあれば何でもしますから。
ありがとうございます、ルカ君、まゆりさん。
I could leave Kagari to Mayuri and Lukako, and she'd just be fine. The question was, what to do now?
ルカ子、頼みがあるんだが。
なんでしょう。
かがりさんはもう少しお前の家に置いてもらってもいいだろうか。
え？
その間に俺たちは彼女が今までどうしていたのかを調べようと思う。
はい、もちろんうちは構いません。
鈴葉もそれでいいか？
わかった。
Suzuha probably wasn't completely happy with that, but she nodded anyway. Our first priority now was getting back Kagari's memories.
それじゃあルカ君のお家に行けばかがりさんに会えるんだね。マユシーも遊びに行っていい？
もちろんだよ。ね、かがりさん。
鈴葉もできるだけ顔を出してやってくれ。その方が記憶を取り戻すにはいいだろう。
オーキードーキー。そうだ、クリスマスパーティーができないから今ね、お正月パーティーをし しようかなって思ってるんだ。かがりさんにも手伝ってもらえると嬉しいな。
いいんですか？私なんかが。
もちろんだよ。ね、ルカくん。一緒にパーティーしましょう。
Anytime you got three girls together, they start chattering like birds. The girls, although one of them was a guy, began to chatter away. I had my own work to do. First, I had to let Moeka know we'd found her. We said. Oh, I thought we said that to Ferris. I forgot we changed. Okay, this is how the phone works. I thought we accidentally said that to fucking Ferris. I thought we said that to Ferris by mistake. Okay, well, if you have Ferris's timeline and then you just cut to another timeline, how does that even fucking work? Wait. Okay, hold on. No, I'm pausing right here. What? How the fuck does this phone system work? How the fuck does this phone system work? A previous conversation you had is above a conversation you're having now with a different person. A conversation with a person that's different than the one you're talking to now is still in the same thread. How does that even work? Shouldn't it be a different thread system? Why? Once if you have two people texting you at once, you're gonna get so fucking confused if you have to message them on the same thread. Because I can see Mocha's icon at the top, and you're messaging Moeka, and Mocha's icon is at the bottom. Why is this set like this? Ferris's text is right above the new conversation. This is... Why? Knowing Moeka, she'd respond almost immediately. No way! Where? A friend who works at a shrine was taking care of her. She was found on a mountain near the Chiba border, but she's lost her memories from before then. She was that close? Wow! We've been looking for whoever's after her, but can't find any info. It may be a pretty big group. It would be a big help if you could keep it up. Okay. That was all I needed to do for Moeka. But I was still interested in the group who had been looking for Kagari. And I also wanted to know what she was doing lying on a mountain path. What was she doing out there? And with only an Upa, could she have been running from someone?
ルカ子、ちょっといいか？
はい、なんでしょう。
かがりさんをなるべく神社の外に出さないでほしい。
どうしてですか？
理由は聞かないでくれ。頼む。
はい、わかりました。岡部さんがそう言うなら。
It couldn't hurt to be careful. And it couldn't hurt to check something real quick. How does fucking Rhine work? Because this is a message for... Okay, this is a conversation with Moeka. Then this is a conversation from Ferris. And this is the conversation we were having with Lukako the previous day. How in the fuck do these conversations work on text? And also, can I open Amadeus? No. Okay. Call... Yeah, okay, I don't understand how this works. No. How does this work? How does this even work? Anyways... It couldn't hurt to be careful. If it was nothing, then that was fine. Once Kagari got her memories back, I knowed for sure. Nobody knew when that would be, though. Christmas Eve. December 24th. The day after Lukako took Kagari to the lab. I took Mayuri to Yanabashi's shrine, through an Akihabara that was filled with the Christmas spirit.
あ、Mayuriちゃん。それに岡部さんも。
Lukako was smiling. He'd seen us before we could say anything. His smile was far too cute to belong to a man. Once again, I was forced to doubt his real gender, but it did.
ルカくん、かがりさんも。てってるー。
てってるーです。
はあ、かがりさんすごい。
何がですか？
だってマユシーがてってるーって言っても最初はなかなかみんなてってるーって返してくれないよ。
初めて会った相手にそれが挨拶なのだと理解しろというのも酷な話だな。
だからみんな何それっていうのにかがりさんは普通に返してくれたのです。だからすごいなーって。
私は別になんとなくそうかなって。
Maybe Mayuri's strange greeting had embedded itself in some part of Kagari's mind. Which meant that even 25 years from now, Mayuri was still saying Tutaru? And it's another Rhine message! Is it the same? Oh, whoa, okay. No, this is a different thread. About Kagari. Did you find a way to get her memories back? You worried about her? Is there something bothering you? Oh, I should probably save real quick. Okay, before we respond to Suzuha, let's save real quick. I'm just doing a totally... Okay, yeah, each time I'm just doing different save files each time. Even though the system could definitely fail once I fill up all the save spots, I'm just doing a different save file each time just in case now. Anyways, let's get back to the Rhine message. Okay. You worried about her? Is there something bothering you? Did you find a way to get her memories back? This is obvious. This is obvious. Is there something bothering you? Let's ask that. I'm honestly a little relieved that Kagari... What? I'm honestly a little relieved that Kagari lost her memories. I'm scared that they might come back. I'm sure she hates me. But you still want them to come back anyway. Right? Yeah, I guess. Dwelling on the past won't... Dwelling on the past won't help. Oh, you're the one to say that. It just kind of bothers me. Sorry, don't tell anyone about this. Got it. Alright, let's see if Suzuha's message was in the same thread. Is it in the same thread? No, it's not. Ooh! Okay, it's in a different thread. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. It's in a different thread. Well, knowing Mayuri, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
岡部さんもトゥットゥルーです。
どうも。
I still didn't know how to deal with her. She'd been 10 years old when she was separated from Suzuha. If that was 12 years ago, she should be 22 now. That meant she was older than me, but she was also Mayuri's adopted daughter. That would make her like Suzuha, who was Daru's daughter. Suzuha was at least the same age as me and Daru, so I didn't need to worry about being polite to my elders, but...
そうだ。今日はクリスマスイブだよ。メリークリスマス。
Hey, it's December! I'm actually playing a game at the correct timing! I'm actually playing a game for once at the correct timing! It's December when this is coming out! Hell yeah! Oh, wow! I'm actually having good timing with this episode.
そういえばそうだったね。メリークリスマス。
メリークリスマスです。
Was it okay to celebrate Christmas at a shrine?
ところで、かがりさん、調子はどうかな？
悪くはないです。でもまだ何も。
いや、 記憶に関しては無理して思い出そうとする必要はないよ。時間が来れば戻るだろう。それくらいの気でいた方がいい。
わかりました。
Of course, she probably wanted to remember them faster than that.
どうかしたか？
いえ、ルカ君もまゆりちゃんも、それに岡部さんもみんな優しいなって思って。
そんな、俺は別に優しくなんてない。
照れなくてもいいのに。
She'd been so depressed when we first met that this was probably the first time I had seen her smile. Her smile was somehow childish, and she seemed a lot younger than I've been told she was.
ごめんなさい。私ったら急に慣れ慣れしい感じになっちゃって。
いや、構わないよ。こっちだってタメ口で喋ってるんだし。
そうだよ。まゆしーもね、普通に喋ってくれた方が嬉しいな。だってその方がお友達って感じがするでしょ。
お友達。
うん、お友達。
ありがとう、まゆりちゃん。お友達か。
Maybe this was how the future Mayuri became close to her as well. A war orphan. That's what Suzaha had said about Kagari. And all that was, it was my fault, wasn't it? If I did what Suzaha wanted, would her life change? But for that to happen, I would have to once again...
岡部さん、大丈夫ですか？なんだか顔色がすぐれないみたいですけど。
ああ、なんでもない。ちょっと寝不足なだけだ。
そうですか？だったらいいんですけど。
それよりルカ子は何をしていたんだ？忙しそうにしていたみたいだが。
本殿のお掃除をしていたんです。
掃除ならいつもやってるんじゃないのか？
It felt like every time I came here, Luko had a broom in his hands.
今日は普段できないようなところも含めての大掃除なんです。
ああ、そうか。もうすぐ正月だしな。
New Year's was a big deal for a shrine.
すす払いは先日やったんですが、まだやり残しているところもあるので、かがりさんにも手伝ってもらっていたんです。
ただお世話になってるだけなのも気が引けるもん。少しくらいは役に立たないと。
Lukako and Kagari seem to be getting along just fine.
おや、ルカ、お客さんかな？
あ、お父さん。
Lukako's father was poking his head out from behind the shrine. He had the look of a saint, but I knew he had some bad habits. Mostly of the same type as Daru had. Dressing up Lukako in shrine priestess clothes, and having him help around the shrine was all his idea.
おや、これは岡部君にまゆりちゃん。メリークリスマス。
メリークリスマスです。
Wait, aren't you not allowed to say that?
おや、どうかしたかい、岡部君。
いえ。
Well, if it didn't bother them, I guess it was fine. More importantly, I needed to thank them for what they were doing for Kagari.
実は彼女のことなんですが。
かがりさんというそうだね。ルカから聞いたよ。まさか君たちが知っている人だったとは。世間は狭いね。
はい。それで もう少しの間お宅でお世話になることができればありがたいんですが。
何か理由があるようだね。もちろんうちとしては大歓迎だよ。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます、おじさん。
はは、いいんだよ。私も新しく娘ができたみたいで嬉しいからね。
できたみたいって、お父さん、お姉ちゃんがいるじゃないですか。
あの子はちっとも家に帰ってきてくれないじゃないか。私が寂しがっているのを知っていて、そういう意地悪をするんだ。そうだ、いいことを考えたよ。せっかくこれだけ女の子がいるんだから、お正月には神社を手伝ってもらうというのはどうだろう。
手伝うって巫女ですか？
もちろん、かがりちゃんにもまゆりちゃんにもちゃんと巫女装束を着てもらってね。どうかな？バイト代は出すよ。
でもそんなの2人に悪いですし。
あら、私なら大丈夫よ、ルカ君。お世話になってるんだもん。それくらいしなきゃ。
本当かい？
マユシンはお正月はパーティーの準備をしなきゃいけないので、それにコスプレ衣装を作るのは好きだけど、自分で着るのは。
Mayuri, shrine priestess outfit actually isn't cosplay, you know?
そうか。まゆりちゃんの巫女姿、岡部君も見たいんじゃないのかい？
は？
Why is he asking me?
そうなの？オカリン。
Okay, babe. This is a question of your life. And depending on how you answer it, it will decide the fate of the universe. This is the more important question than the question you already have, which is, should he go back in time and attempt to save Kursu again to prevent World War III? No, screw that question. This is the more important question. Do you want to see Mayuri in a shrine priestess outfit? How will you answer this, Okabe?
いや、俺は。
とぼけても無駄だよ。ちゃんと顔に書いてある。
No way. If I were to look at a mirror right now, I most definitely would not see it written on my face.
そっか、オカリンがそう言うなら。
Okabe, you're tsundere to everyone.
そうか、それはよかった。よし、そうと決まれば巫女装束をもっと用意しなければいけないな。母さん。
He must have been afraid that Mayuri and Kagari were going to change their minds, because he quickly ran behind the shrine. You seriously couldn't let your guard down around that man.
ごめんなさい。
ルカ君が謝ることないよ。
でもせっかく楽しみにしてたお正月のパーティーが。
それはここのお手伝いが終わった後でもできるから平気だよ。
うん、そうだね。僕も手伝うから何でも言ってね。
ありがとう、ルカ君。
でも巫女さんの格好なんて私に似合うかな？
大丈夫、絶対に似合うよ。
そうかな？
マユシーはね、お友達のコスプレの衣装とかたくさん作ってるからわかるの。
そう言ってもらえるなら頑張ってみるね。
Since I'd asked him to keep Kagari from leaving the shrine, She probably needed something like this to relax. Maybe that was why Lukako's father had asked her? No way. Either way, it was going to be a busy New Year's.
それじゃあ俺はこれで。
もう帰られるんですか？僕お茶もお出しせずに。
かがりさんの様子を見に来ただけだからな。
おかえり、まゆしーは。
分かってる。もう少し正月の話をするんだろう。俺はラボに戻ってるから。
ありがとう、岡部さん。
She bowed her head a little and smiled innocently. If she still had her memories as a war orphan, would she be able to smile like that? Come to think of it, what would Hyajo, be doing on New Year's? She had said that New Year's was a time for partying with your friends, but it didn't seem like she had any friends to party with.
もう、だから何度言ったらわかるのよ。
ん？
I heard a voice I thought I recognized. It was Hyajo herself. And she was yelling at a police officer. Which meant...
証明するものって、ちょっと待って、今。
ヒヤジョーさん。
岡部さん、いいところに。ちょっとお願いがあるんだけど。
おまわりさん。彼女はれっきとした大人の女性です。間違いありません。
君は知り合い？
はい。大学の先輩にあたります。
I didn't feel like explaining the whole thing. She wouldn't mind if I told a little lie like that. Probably.
大学？
東京電機大学です。なんなら調べてもらってもいいですけど。
ああ、いや、そこまでは。でも、そう。小学生じゃないんだ。
The policeman left, shaking his head.
なんなのもう。謝るくらいしたらどうなのよ。ほんと訴えてやろうかしら。
まあまあ、それだけ仕事熱心ってことじゃないかな。
あなたもあなたよ、岡部さん。
俺？
一見しただけで私が子供に間違われて補導されそうになってるって分かったんでしょ？一目で分かるなんて、あなたもそう思ってるって証拠だわ。
それは。
Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
まあでも、助けてくれたことには感謝するわ。ありがとう。
いや。
You should have just said so to begin with, then. Come to think of it, Kursu was the same way. Were all genius scientists like this?
それで、ヒヤジョーさんはこんなところで何を？
これよ、これ。
She showed me a big bag. Well, no. It just looked big because Maho was holding it. It actually wasn't very big at all.
例のノートパソコン。ここならパスを解析できる業者がいるかなって思ったんだけど。
Evidently, she was holding Kursu's laptop.
まだそれにこだわっていたのか。
そりゃあプライベートを覗くのは良くないって思うわ。でも私はあの子が何を考えて何をやろうとしていたのか知りたいのよ。あなたはいいわよ。あの子が亡くなる前に会って話したりしてるんだもの。
Not in this world, line I did it.
でも私にはまだ実感がないの。急に亡くなったって連絡を受けただけ。葬儀にも出られなかった。だから少しでもクリスのことを知りたい。今更って思うかもしれないけど、それが私の中でのあの子の死に対する折り合いのつけ方なのよ。
ヒアジョウさん。
だから岡部さん、教えて。何でもいいの。あの子がパスワードとして設定しそうな言葉、一つや二つ心当たりあるでしょ？
I knew how she felt. And I knew she wanted a way to cope. Because I still hadn't come to grips with it myself. But still,
悪いけど、知らないよ。
岡部さん、
すまない。
そうやって逃げるの？
逃げる？
アマデウスとコミュニケーションを取らなくなったのも逃げてるからでしょ？
she was right. I had run away. I had run away from a chain of tragedy that had repeated itself hundreds, no, thousands of times. And the result of that running away was who I was today.
クリスったらすっごい文句言ってたわよ。岡部さんは冷たいって。
I could imagine. Knowing her, she probably said all kinds of things about me. But
そうだ。冷たいんだよ。俺は。
I'd abandoned her.
岡部さん。
My attitude must have affected her, because Maho had fallen silent. I realized too late that I made a mistake. I didn't need to put it like that.
すまない。
うん。
This was really awkward. I needed something to change the subject.
そうだ、ヒアジョウさん。正月は何か予定あるのか？
いえ、今のところは何もないけど。
だったら初詣にみんなで柳林神社に行かないか？マユリたちも手伝うことになってるんだ。
マユリ？
Oh, right. Mary wasn't there when she visited the lab.
俺の幼馴染なんだ。ラボの一員でもある。
幼なじみ。
ああ、その後でラボでパーティーもやるらしい。なんならヒアジョウさんも巫女装束を着て神社を手伝ってもらってもいい。
巫女装束。それってコスプレとかいうやつ？
いや、ちゃんとした手伝いだからコスプレにはならないと思う。
そう。でもそれはやめとくわ。私に合うサイズもないだろうし。
She was probably right, actually. They might have had some of Lukako's old clothes from his childhood around, but it seemed like a bad idea to mention that.
ちょっと、そこで納得しないでくれる？
すまない。
で、集合はラボでいいの？何時に行けばいい？
え、でも
手伝うのはパスだけど、日本の初詣には行ってみたいと思ってたの。その後のパーティーは、まあその時考えるわ。
That made sense. If she met Mayuri and they didn't get along, there was probably no need to go to a party with her.
わかった。じゃあ細かいことはまた連絡するよ。
ええ、楽しみにしてるわ。
And Maho came along with it. The time between then and New Year's flew by. Parties and drinking at school. When that was over, Kamima. Of course, all I did for that was watch Daru Mayuri run around. And then it was January 1st, 2011. And this is when I will have to end this episode right here, right now. I'm gonna be honest here, I think the episode for New Year's should be an episode of its own. Like the entirety of New Year's, I think that should just be a video of its own, rather than be a part of this one. Because I'm gonna have a lot of things to talk about.